Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're jumping right into the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 3. First of all, let me let you guys know I'm sorry for the way my voice sounds. I'm getting over a cold, but here we go. So the episode opens up with Kenya planning Brooklyn's birthday party, and Kenya basically says that she has a $10,000 to $15,000 budget for the party, as she's alluding to the fact that perhaps Mark is not going to help her pay for the party because he's already paying her child support. He's not signing the papers for the divorce, so she's basically footing the bill for her daughter, who she has full custody of, and he can come and see whenever he wants, only in Atlanta. Next, we see Cheray and Miss Marlowe working out, more so Marlowe watching Cheray work out. We all know Marlowe somehow is able to maintain this body, although she says she does not get any work. But we already know Cheray is a beast in the gym. Cheray has really, she is like the Angela Bassett of the Real Housewives, because she is toned, she is fit, she takes real good care of her body. So while they're meeting, they bring up the archive, and Marlowe is still expressing her displeasure with the women talking about her line, and further explaining to Cheray what the line is and the clientele that she's trying to get, as well as what she's trying to do with her brand, which is basically get into the wardrobe department with like Tyler Perry or on different shows. So I give it to Marlowe. At least she's trying to make some coins for herself, be an entrepreneur. There's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, everybody is not for everybody, but she does seem to, like Cheray said, have her niche. So, and she's able to take care of herself. Let's talk about Miss Candy and Mr. Todd Tucker. Wow. So Candy has definitely been alluding to the fact that there is trouble in her marriage with Todd, or some issues that they really need to work out. Todd is basically saying that their sex life sucks because they're only having sex 2 to 3 times a week. I don't know what their average is, but honestly, I think that's pretty good as a married woman. I think that's pretty good, especially because they have 2 young kids. They seem extremely busy with Miss Candy going back and forth with the different endeavors that she has, and apparently Todd always going on vacation and also doing different things that he's doing. So I don't think that's bad, but perhaps that's bad for them because they're used to doing it a lot more, obviously. It is what it is. You have to find the balance and just understand the different seasons that you are in your marriage. So he needs to kind of realize, listen, y'all have 2 small kids, y'all are doing a lot. So we also see that Todd is basically saying that he is feeling as if Candy is leaving him out in the different projects that she's doing. And my take on that is, listen, you guys are both doing things, as they later discuss. He has his own project that he's working on that he didn't even want Candy to be a part of, other than maybe coming up with the theme song and appearing in a couple of episodes. He did not want her to executive produce because, according to him, he really wanted to have something of his own. So you can't really have a double standard there. You can't want her to include you on her projects, but you only put her in a box as it relates to yours. What I'm seeing in their relationship, to me, is a lot of tit for tat. Well, you have a property over here and my name is not on it, so how can you talk about me having this property over here and your name is not on it? Like, guys, marriage is not about tit for tat. It's about coming together, working together, if that's what you choose to do. But obviously, if you're bringing in money this way and she's bringing in money that way, what is the problem? Y'all are going to be successful together. But I think more so his issue is, as he states, or as he alludes to, is the fact that she gets more credit for his ideas. Well, she's going to get more credit for your ideas because if she is involved with it, she is more known, more popular than you are. So people are going to definitely say, wow, great job, Candy Burris, on X, Y, and Z. Whereas something that you might come up with, you're not going to get the same love, because no shade to him, he's not as well known. Like, I don't think many people knew who Todd Tucker was before he came on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and was dating and then married Candy. So he says he's not resentful. To me, he definitely is. I don't get it. You guys are both successful in your own rights. He seemed to have been well established in New York, and obviously being a producer on the show. If you're, like I said earlier, if you both are bringing in money to the house and building your empire, whether you have separate entities or entities that you share together, at the end of the day, a win is a win, you know. But I do think that they need to really sit down and discuss this, because down the road, obviously, it's not healthy. And you can see, like, Candy is like, I don't know what to do. When Candy has successes, people big her up and congratulate her. And when she has failures, people try to tear her down. So regardless of if the failure was on Todd or the failure was on her, she's going to take the hit. So it kind of balances out, if you will. So Drew and her assistant, Mr. Anthony, who to me looks like he is trying to get a peach honey. He is very boisterous. He is definitely a personality. They are shopping for a gift for Brooklyn and also talking about this whole Cheray not paying him as her assistant. I just think the whole thing is messy. To me, Drew definitely should have went to Cheray and said, listen, we share an assistant in common and this is what he's saying, and just put it out there. It was wrong for her to go and talk to Candy first. Like, what is Candy going to do? Obviously, Candy's going to share that with other people. It's just naturally, hey girl, listen to what I heard Cheray is doing. But Candy also should have just went to Cheray and let her know this is what Drew is saying, instead of going to Kenya or Marlowe or whoever else. But Drew and Anthony are sitting there talking about it, and he's talking about, oh yeah, Cheray is my girl, you know, whatever. And he's big. Anthony is sitting there talking about, yeah, Cheray's one of my good girlfriends. But at the same time, you're sitting there talking about your good girlfriend on national TV. Like, that's just not cool. That shows me the type of friend you are, which is not a very good one. I don't really care for him. I'm not liking the vibes that he's giving me. I just think he's too much. While they're there shopping, Drew gets a call from Sonya saying that she's been in this accident. Apparently an 18-wheeler has drug her car down the street, and she's really shaken up. Her husband's not there. Drew asks her, hey girl, do you want me to come pick you up? Where you at? Send me your location. She's like, yeah. So off Drew and Anthony go pick up Miss Sonya. So when we get to the scene with Miss Sonya, I'm a bit confused, because I thought she said the 18-wheeler dragged her. All I seen was the back of her backlight taking off the car. Like, I didn't really see substantial damage to where she couldn't have driven the car home or anything like that. So I don't know what happened, sis, but it doesn't look like anybody drug your car down the street. I'm not saying that that's a lie, but I don't know. Like, on that one, I don't know. It didn't look as bad as it sounded. Next, we have Brooklyn's party. I think for a $10,000 budget, that party came out beautiful. It's beautifully decorated. Everything just looks so high-end, so high class. Kudos to Miss Kenya for putting her daughter's birthday party together. It was absolutely beautiful. So we have Miss Cheray coming in as one of the first guests. I thought that she looked absolutely stunning. One thing about Cheray is homegirl knows how to dress. I love all of her fashions for the most part. She just looked completely well put together, just gorgeous. Then we have Miss Drew coming in, y'all. And Miss Drew is coming in wearing the same dress, just in a different color as Kenya wore for Brooklyn's, I believe it was, first birthday party. Girl, Kenya said, listen, I think that's one of the dresses I wore for Brooklyn's birthday party. And Drew was like, yeah, girl, I thought so. So why would you wear the same dress that somebody else already wore 2 seasons ago? I guess she just didn't want Kenya to have to say it. I didn't understand that. I was just confused by that, because it wouldn't be something that I would do. So I was very surprised that she even kind of admitted to the fact that she thought that that was an outfit that Kenya wore before. I'm going to need some more backstory as to why she decided to wear it, because I just think, girl, why? Girl, why? So next we have Miss Sonya coming in with her son Deuce. I thought she looked absolutely beautiful. And here we go with Drew talking about there's more trouble in her marriage with Ralph. Somebody called Ralph Wreck-It Ralph, and I think that that is a great name for him. I would call him Wreck-It Ralph because everything, it just seems like he is just a wreck. He is not good for reality TV. He definitely demeans and degrades his wife. I don't like the way that he talks about her. I don't like the way that he talks to her. It's like you don't respect your wife. It's clear that he does not respect his wife. So anywho, Drew is talking to Sonya about basically there being trouble in their marriage again. And they show a little clip of Drew and Ralph going at it about apparently Ralph sleeping in their kids' room and Drew finding a receipt that he had a couple of drinks at this place. And she was like, you couldn't have been at this place by yourself. And he's like, I was at this place with my friend and we were just drinking. And here we go with the waterworks again from Drew. I don't know what else was said in that scene, but she's crying again. And I just feel like y'all need to straighten out your marriage. You need to get off of this show. I don't understand why you're on the show, but you need to get up off the show and deal with your relationship. Then we have one of Kenya's guests coming in. Her name is Jamie. She is a Caucasian woman, and she comes in talking about Kenya's trying to say, thank you for coming to the party, whatever. And she stops Kenya in her track talking about, don't give a ish what this is. I want to make sure that I get the quote all the way together. She don't give a ish what this is. Y'all got Vouv, I think it's called, and I'm all over it. Vouv is a alcoholic beverage. It's like a champagne. So I'm just like, girl, who comes to a party talking about I don't give a ish what this is? I'm surprised Kenya didn't check her. I know Kenya was trying to be civilized and have everything all together for her daughter's birthday. That is so rude for a guest to come in talking about I don't care what this ish is. I'm just glad that you have this drink. Like, girl. I was like so taken aback by that. And the fact that this is the same woman who got up from the table talking about, this is a kid's party. My daughter is here, my kid is here, but you over here talking about SHIT and trying to get your drink on. Like, girl, no, it just make it make sense, please. Make it make sense. So they're at the table and Kenya wants to play the shade game, which I'm like, Kenya, why are y'all playing a shady tea game? When does shading each other ever end well? And why would you do that at your daughter's birthday party and not expect there to be any drama? She knew exactly what she was doing. I'm just like, Kenya, why? Kenya, why? So Kenya and Marlowe go at it again about... So Kenya and Marlowe go at it again about who cares, pretty much. Who really cares? I just thought that scene was funny, not because of the shade between Kenya and Marlowe, but Kenya was like stroking Drew's hair. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? Kenya. Somebody put as one of their tea things that they heard about the other person that Candy be sucking, that Candy has sucked D in a locker room before. And that was just so random. I know that that is probably going to be something that they revisit in the upcoming episodes, but I'm just like, first of all, if you wrote it, own up to it. I definitely, if I was Candy, because she seemed very upset about it, I would have been like, tell me which one did you pick? Tell me which one did you write? Tell me which one did you write so that you could just narrow it down and figure out who it was. I want to know, what do y'all think? Who do y'all think said that and why? I mean, we already know that Candy is very open with her sexuality, so I don't understand why she was so offended by it. Like Cheray said, I just don't understand why she was so offended about it. But if you wrote it, own up to it, and please explain why you thought it was necessary to bring that up at that point in time. I just want to know. So of course, then we have Mrs. Drew's statement about Cheray not paying her assistant, and that opens up a whole situation where Cheray is basically like, girl, why are you sitting over here repeating something that somebody said to you without coming to me and talking to me about it first? Which Cheray does have a point. Like, Drew, you should know better. You should have came to Cheray and asked Cheray what was going on. Like, this is what's being said. I'm just letting you know that he's putting this out there. And then we have Phantom, or whatever her name is, Cheray's friend, chiming in, doing what she was there to do, which is to basically say, isn't this the same person that said that your husband is gay? And Miss Saya was floored that this woman brought this up. Miss Marietta was like, what? I don't even know what to say about that. If y'all hear some noises in the background, my son is up, so I do apologize. But that was just the wrong information to convey. And if Cheray knew this, I agree with Drew on this. If Cheray knew this previously, which clearly she did, she too should have just said, well, you know, hey girl, this is what I heard Anthony saying, or I heard of him saying this about you. In this particular situation, two wrongs don't make it right. So basically at this point, the B word is being thrown around, and Miss Jamie, who was here for the drinks, is like, I gotta get up out of here. This is a kid's party. Listen to what y'all talking about. So homegirl was okay with the dick conversation and, you know, I'm here for the liquor. But when it came to be this and be that, she was like, oh no, I gotta get up and get up out of here. And I thought Marlowe was hilarious when she was like, can you let that white woman go with her daughter? That really had me dying for a minute. That was really, really, to me, that was really, really funny. She was like, let that white woman go. So during the back and forth with Cheray and Drew, Cheray calls Drew ditzy. And I was like, that shoe just might fit. That shoe just might fit. And I'm going to tell you why in a minute. I was confused how Drew didn't pick up on the fact that this woman said that Anthony was saying that Ralph was gay. But then when I thought about it, I'm like, perhaps she just heard her husband and gay together and just totally went off. Trying to explain to her, like, you so upset, but this assistant is calling your husband gay. Drew was like, oh, I'm just going to put him on probation. What was she talking about? What was she putting him on probation for? Like, that's the part that really confused me, and is where I'm like, girl, you probably is a little ditzy. Like, what were you, I need to know, what were you going to put him on probation for? What information were you getting at the table that nobody else seemed to have gotten, that you thought it would just be okay to put him on probation? Mind you, she still has not, she never said, okay, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. She just says, oh, I never heard him. I never heard this before, or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Drew, I'm lost on that one. I'm just lost on how you didn't, even after they said, Anthony said this about your man. I don't know. She seemed a little slow in that particular part of the episode. So we have Candy and Cheray at the end of the event, and Sheray's basically saying, listen, why didn't you, like, Candy's like, girl, are you mad at me? And Sheray's like, yeah, you should have came and told me what was being said about me instead of me having to hear it from somebody else, which I totally agree. Cheray and Candy have a longer history there than anybody else, and I just didn't understand why Candy brought that information to Marlowe, of all people. I can't say that I can't understand, because she was being messy. It's just plain and simple. She was being messy. Now here we go again with Drew and Cheray. Just when you think it's over, it's not. Drew's getting in Cheray's face, talking about whatever she's talking about, and Cheray's doing the same thing back. Because, like, you cannot really antagonize Cheray without Cheray coming for you, okay? Cheray has a long history of checking people, boo. So here they go, and Miss Drew thinks that she can beat down Cheray. Does Drew really think that if they got into it, if they got to scrapping, that she would have a chance against somebody like Cheray? Like Candy and them was trying to tell her, wrong move, sis. Wrong move. You on the wrong road. You went left. We're going to need you to come back right. Okay? Not with Miss Cheray. It's just not going to happen. I've already told y'all earlier, Cheray be working out. Cheray takes real good care of herself. We see Drew can hardly do a squat, much less, okay? I'm just saying. So yeah, guys, that is my review on The Real Housewives of Atlanta season 14, episode 3. So yeah, guys, that is my review on The Real Housewives of Atlanta season 14, episode 3. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.